What is happening, fellow music lovers and everything that is to do with music? Big, huge music update, and that's why it's number 21, because when you reach 21, you're allowed to drink, vote, do anything you want. Well, within the law. Anyway, first of all, we start off with Hammond, or Golden Hammond Pops by Klaus Wunderlich. Absolutely gorgeous album, and yes, it is actually a double, a gatefold album. On the inside you have basically just normal sort of like all the albums that he has done, which I don't particularly collect because they don't have him on there. But it is a double album, it is a double. As you can see, there is a record in that side, and there is a record in that side. Very nice to have. Sorry, I dropped it. That's it. Right, next we have Malacu de los Andes on the Wings of the Condor. A pan flute, pan pipe-esque type album, which I absolutely love these sort of ones. Very nice. All these records are in very good condition indeed, surprisingly. Next we have The Moody Blues to Our Children's Children's Children. This one, I think I picked it up for 50p or £1. The only reason why is because of the huge sort of like damage in that corner there. But other than that though, record's immaculate. I was expecting it to be scratched to oblivion and for it to be really destroyed, but yeah, as you can see, beautiful gatefold. Absolutely gorgeous album to have. Very good music indeed. Next we have Toyah, Love is the Law. I'm actually a fan of Toyah. I listened to the Changeling album recently, which is just up there because I don't have anywhere else to put it. It's in an odd cassette holder. But yeah, I do like their music, and the Changeling album is very, very weird. It's almost 70s-esque, but it came out in the 80s. Anyway, next up we have Romance by Giorgio Zanfia, who's another pan flute-esque person. He does pan flutes and pipes. Very nice indeed. Okay, next up, this is one for the older Americans. And I mean older Americans, like if you were around in the 50s and 60s when TVs were a new thing. Well, you had a kids show, and it's Howdy Doody Time. Now, I've only heard this from the world famous gold and silver pawn shop when Rick and the old man are talking about it, and a Howdy Doody doll comes in. But yeah, there is the album. This isn't available in the UK. I checked eBay, it only has USA prices. Again, it could be a case of someone brought this in the USA for their kids or for themselves, and it's ended up over here. Awesome, because I've never heard of it, so it'd be a nice listen to it. Next up we have Remember You're a Womble. Now I do actually have almost all the albums. I have the other album. I've got a few on cassette as well, Best of and Super Womble. But this is Remember You're a Womble. And if you're wondering, yes, those are costumes. They're not sort of like pictures or cardboard cutouts. They actually have people in the costumes dancing around to the music. Next we have Full Stops. This is Arthur Will's Organ of Ely Cathedral. I just love that cover. Look at it. Look at all those keys. And Ely is fairly local to me. Well, a fair drive, but it is local to me. And that is what the organ used to look like, I would presume. And there's Mr. Arthur Wells himself. Next we have another one, The Organ in Shelby Abbey. This is Marvin J. Bryce. This is, you may remember there was a purple, I haven't showed it, there is a purple album like this. This is the red cover. Now, I think it's basically a different album, but sometimes they do that. They will sometimes repress it just to give you a different coloured picture or a different picture. Next we have the Thursford Assortment. This is a very nice one indeed. Again, I do like standalone organs. It all comes at a slight angle, because even though that's the straightness of it, still it is kind of cool though. It's one of the early ones as well, that one, when they were first starting, I think. Next we have Highland Birds. Though now we're getting on to stuff from Borussia Edmunds. This stuff came from Borussia Edmunds. This is Highland Birds. I told you I was strange in music. This is sadly missing the original inner sleeve, which I would presume probably had sort of like pictures of the birds or details or something like that. Next we have E. Power Briggs, Bach Organ Favourites, Volume 5, Quadraphonic Sound. And it does actually say quadraphonic there. It also says it on the back as well. Sticker on there as well. And it's sadly not sealed because you can see it's been opened, but it still has the cellophane wrap on it, which is very nice to get. Next we have Reginald Dixon at the organ of Blackpool Tower. And this is of course in classic Blackpool rock. To the USA, Blackpool rock is basically a very hard suckable candy. It's a very nice candy and you can buy them at seasides. So yeah, and it's in the shape of like a Wurlitzer or an organ pipe, which is pretty cool. Next, from my local charity shop that I go to, we have a box set of Country Magic. It's very heavy, this. 8 records, all in superb condition, only a few surface scrapes here and there. Other than that though, it is great. It's also a very heavy album. The only problem is that I'd like to know who did this. I don't know what the pluses are for. I don't know if you can actually see that, but there are pluses on there. I think that's probably just to say that it's in stereo or mono, but it's hard to really say. Anyway, next, these came from the car boot sale. First we have Reginald Dixon at the Wurlitzer, Over the Walls. A very nice one with 2 very nice little doggies on there. So yes, he was a popular person back in the day. And like I say, I like his music, even though I've yet to listen to anything. Holiday Fun, Chris Mannon at the organ of Channel Bar Eastbourne Pier, which I think has gone actually. I don't know if that's the one that set itself on fire a while ago. But either way, or it could just be another one that's basically gone. A very nice album to get indeed. Yet another one, Dixon Magic, Reginald Dixon at the Wurlitzer organ, 14 melodies of all-time favourites. Absolutely gorgeous. Sale, $1.99. Remember when records used to cost that much and not sort of like, I think sort of like about 30-40 quid depending on title. Next we have South Sea Island Magic, the Wakata Beach Boys. Now I do actually have a few of these and I was worried, I already have that album. No, I do not. This is one that I didn't have. It's very nice to have. And like I say, I haven't listened to their stuff yet, but it's basically Hawaiian music, so steel guitars, acoustic guitars and stuff like that. And then finally, for the records, we have Hurricane Force Steel Band, Tropical Paradise. A very nice album cover indeed. I do like my steel bands. That is the records gone. Now then, cassettes. I have a pile here. Let's go through them. First of all, we have 2-on-1 original albums of music cassettes. We have the Eagles, Desperado, and One of These Nights. One of These Nights I have, but I don't have Desperado. And that is absolutely gorgeous to get 2 for 1. That is brilliant. Next we have James Brown Live, the original Showman Live. I'm not that big a fan of James Brown, but I have heard his music is pretty good. I think there's a few tracks that I remember that I've listened to in the past, but like I say, still nice to get. Next we have Bach, Die Kuss die Fugue 1-9 Glencoud. Now this is obviously a German pressing cassette or something. Very nice to get indeed. A very nice cassette to have. Next we have Skylark. Hilary Rushmer plays traditional music on the wire string harp. I told you I was strange with my music, and harp music is quite relaxing. I've yet to listen to any of them, but yeah. Now you may remember quite a while ago on Music Update, probably when I was first doing this, I had a Bernard Manning record. I found the cassette. Oh yeah. Yep, this is the cassette of the record. It sadly doesn't have the lyrics sheet, which is what the original one had, but yeah. Oh, and this also does actually have a date on it, I think. No, it doesn't. Typical. Just like the record, but yeah. There it is. Of course, Bernard Manning was one of the rudest, bluest comedians in known existence. He has sadly passed away. Well, it's been a while since he passed away now. But he is a very good comic. If you're easily offended, don't look him up. Next we have Goon Show Classics Volume 3. Again, I have this on record. Recently listened to it as well. And this is, of course, the Great Lurgy Epidemic. And, of course, all the drawings on there. Very interesting indeed. Always great to get. Next we have Reggae Hits. Just a random cassette that says Reggae Hits. So, yeah, I'll buy it because why not? Just says various artists. And then finally on the cassette front, we have Rock and Roll Music, Chuck Berry. Seems to be a case whenever someone famous dies, their records, cassettes, CDs and stuff start showing up. So I'm probably going to start seeing a lot of more Glenn Campbell, because sadly he recently passed away when watching this. And now finally, the final bit, it's a CD. Now this is quite a personal CD. This is the original Who Are You by The Who. Now this is quite a sad story. The person sitting on the chair there is Keith Moon. Now it's rather iconic that it says not to be taken away, and sadly he did pass away. On the inner cover you actually have a tribute to him. Be very careful with the CD. It's face up, don't worry. You actually have a tribute to him. You have him on the keys, or on the guitar, Keith on the guitar. Now you have him on the drums. But the other thing as well is the fact that at the back here you get the original broadcast of what was said. So there it is. You can pause and read that if you want to. But there it is. The thing is though is that my mum has this on original record, not CD, record, and she actually remembers it happening. She was around when Keith Moon passed away and they announced it on the radio. She even remembers what she had for dinner as well, which is rather iconic. But yeah, this is a great album. This is the last generation of The Who that actually had sort of like all 4 band members. And again, this is an absolutely gorgeous find. I can't wait to listen to it. But yeah, it is rather sad really. But again, it's kind of iconic that he would actually sit on something like that that says not to be taken away, and then he goes and dies, which is kind of sad. But yeah, and that is officially it. That is all the records, cassettes and 1 CD. No 8 tracks and nothing else. What's the other thing I usually have? Oh, VHSs. Haven't seen anything really. There's some Frank Sinatra videos in the charity shop, but I'm not really that into Frank Sinatra. I like him, but I can leave that. Also as well, little side note, I haven't got them with me because they're downstairs. I actually have 2 guitars, fully strung guitars, untested. They were being thrown out. I saw the guitar necks. I had to grab them. The only thing with them, I think the reason why they were thrown out is because they've got stickers on them that are a bit offensive, because they've got sort of like Hell's Delivery Boy pizza sticker and Krang and other stuff like that. But either way, really great to find them. I paid £6 because I had to put a donation in, but hey, I'm happy, and I don't know if they work. My mum has got one and I've got the other one. Anyway, until next time guys, keep on rocking, and I will see you next time.